Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to make some sugar skulls with help from my friend Audrey. She's a local librarian. She has all sorts of fun things here at the library for our community. And can you tell us a little bit about the sugar skull tradition?
Yes. Sugar skulls are a big part of Day of the Dead in Mexico, and Day of the Dead involves a lot of different traditions. One of which is altars. We have our altar here. This is my room, where you remember your loved ones who come back from the spirit world to just hang out with you a little bit, and you have some stuff to refresh them after their big journey, like some bread. This is Day of the Dead bread, which is made by a wonderful local restaurant here, and we have some pictures of our loved ones and some candles. These are library-approved candles. The sugar skulls are a traditional thing that you can buy in Mexico in markets. You can have them commissioned, you can have your friends' names written on them. But we sort of picked up on the fun parts that we could appropriate and use here, like the sugar skulls.
Yep.
Because fun and frosting.
Yes, absolutely.
And, yeah, you're going to show them how to do that part, right?
Yes, I'm going to show them all those steps. Well, we're going to go to the crafty tables at the library and we're going to make some sugar skulls, so stick around. The first thing you're going to need to do to make sugar skulls is to prepare the sugar. So what we have here is 5 pounds of sugar, a 1/4 cup of meringue powder, and 3 tablespoons of water. And I'm thinking we might have actually had maybe a little bit more water, but this recipe was from MexicanSugarSkull.com, and it's the same place we have the molds that we were using came from. So you want to mix these ingredients, and I found if you mix the dry ingredients first and get those all mixed up, then add the tablespoons of water, it seems to mix together much better. And you want to keep kneading this sugar mixture until it becomes kind of like beach sand, kind of like that perfect sandcastle sand. And the reason you have the meringue powder in there is to kind of turn the sugar into like cement. Basically, it acts as a binder. And after you've done that, you want to grab your mold, and this mold has been used to make hundreds of sugar skulls. Audrey's been using it for years at the library, and she makes about 50 a year. So you want to start by putting a little bit of sugar in and pressing it into the features. So make sure you get all the nooks and crannies pressed. Audrey told me the fronts are a little bit more difficult to do than the backs because of all the details. So take your time on this step and make sure you get that sugar pressed in good. Then you can put a big old handful in there and fill up the rest of the mold. Just make sure that you're doing your best to make sure there's no pockets of air and that the sugar is really well packed. Now after you have it filled up, you want to take a piece of cardboard, and you'll want to prepare these cardboard squares ahead of time if you're making a bunch. Scrape off any of the excess. That's just going to level it so that you can glue it together better later. And then just give it a little pinch after you flipped it over and lift off the mold, and you'll have a perfect sugar skull face. And you do the same thing for the back part of the mold as well. Now after a day, you can scoop out the centers of the heads and the back of the skulls, and you can use that to make more sugar skulls or whatever. That just kind of keeps it from being too heavy, and it also helps you conserve materials so you can make more of these up. Now to prepare the glue, you're actually going to use royal icing, and I'll show you that recipe in just a second. So you want to pipe on a generous amount, just like I have here. And then you're going to match the back part of the mold up to the front part and just kind of press it together firmly. If any seeps out the side, you can just kind of smooth your finger over it. It's really easy. And there's a royal icing recipe: 2/3 cup water, 1/2 cup of meringue powder, and 2 pounds of powdered sugar. And you're going to use that for the decorating icing as well. And it takes about 9 minutes to mix this up. And Audrey tells me you know when it's ready when your mixer starts to smell like it's burning, like the motor's burning up. So it does take a while. This is a really thick icing. And there actually you can see my daughter icing her sugar skull. I just love the eyelashes on that. I think it's super fun. And this was another one of the students at the Sugar Skull workshop decorating her sugar skull. It was really fun. This tends to be our most chaotic library craft, and so I just got little bits of footage here and there. But here you can see some of the finished sugar skulls from our students. We had kids ranging in ages from 3 to adult, and they all did such an awesome job. I love seeing how different they came out. And those little brains, those were done with a brain mold from a science kit that the librarian had, and that was also kind of fun too to decorate. So I want to wish you a happy Day of the Dead. I hope you liked this project and it helped you out planning a multicultural craft for your students. Please click on the button for more crafty tutorials, and I'd love to have you as a subscriber if you aren't already. I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy crafting.